From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Rob Westgate. Canada's job numbers for June are due out today. A Reuters poll of economists suggests that the Statistics Canada figures will show the pace of hiring stalled in June. Those same economists say the jobless rate likely rose a tick to 7.1% last month. Trade-sensitive sectors such as manufacturing and transportation have faced job losses in recent months as Canada's tariff dispute with the U.S. hampers the economy. And speaking of those tariffs, it was understood that Canada and the U.S. were working toward a new trade and security agreement with a July 21st deadline. But that is up in the air this morning after Donald Trump sent a letter to Prime Minister Mark Carney yesterday saying Canada will be slapped with a 35% tariff on all Canadian imports starting August 1st. It was just one piece of correspondence that the unpredictable U.S. president sent to a handful of countries this week. The hope of finding survivors from last week's deadly flood in central Texas are fading, even as officials say more than 170 people remain unaccounted for. Reporter Jacqueline Lee's in Kerrville, Texas, and she says questions are also mounting about the timeliness of emergency alerts in the state.
Our ABC News affiliate KSAT obtaining this recording of a first responder at 4:22 a.m. on July 4th, asking an emergency alert to be sent out to Kerr County residents.
The Guadalupe Shoemaker sign is now underwater on Highway 39. Is there any way we can send a code red out to our Hunt residents asking them to find higher ground or stay home?
Standby, we have to get that approved with our supervisor.
That code red pushes an alert to cell phones. Some residents did not receive it until 10 a.m., which was already too late.
As of last night, the death toll remained at 120, and today U.S. President Donald Trump is expected to tour the devastated area. Overseas now, where we've got an update, fighters with a Kurdish separatist militant group began laying down their weapons after a decades-long insurgency in Turkey. A symbolic ceremony this morning in northern Iraq represented the first concrete step toward a promised disarmament as part of a peace process. The Kurdistan Workers' Party, or PKK, made the move after their imprisoned leader urged his group in February to convene a Congress and formally disband and disarm. And finally, a dinosaur fossil has been found in an unlikely place, a hole drilled in the parking lot of a Colorado museum where dinosaur skeletons are on display. Reporter Chuck Severson.
When they drilled under the parking lot down more than 750 feet to study geothermal heating potential for the Denver Museum of Nature and Science, which is known for its dinosaur displays, they found a hockey puck-shaped dinosaur fossil. A museum curator says of the chances of finding it right on site is like hitting a hole-in-one from the moon or winning the Willy Wonka factory. It's suspected of being part of a smallish dino from around 67 million years ago.
Museum experts say there's only been 2 finds of this rarity previously documented. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, the Toronto Maple Leafs have acquired defenseman Henry Thrun from the San Jose Sharks. In exchange, Toronto is sending forward Ryan Reeves to San Jose. The Vancouver Canucks have signed goaltender Alexei Medvedev to a 3-year entry-level contract. The 17-year-old from St. Petersburg, Russia, spent the 2024-25 season with the Ontario Hockey League and Memorial Cup champion London Knights. The Toronto Blue Jays had the day off, but they get back in action Friday with a 3-game set against the Mariners in Seattle. The Boston Red Sox earned their season-high 7th straight win by beating the Tampa Bay Rays 4-3, and the Baltimore Orioles defeated the New York Mets 7-3, sweeping a doubleheader. And finally, the opening round of the Scottish Open ended with a 4-way tie atop the leaderboard at 6 under 70. Taylor Pendrith and Nick Taylor were the top Canadians after the first 18 holes, sitting at 3 under. From the Canadian Press, I'm Rob Westgate.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.